Hey everyone, this is Tim McDonald coming to you with another TChat Talent Culture World of Work preview. And today I have a returning guest and somebody that was one of my first video previews for a Talent Culture segment. Judy Martin, how you doing today, Judy?
I'm really good, and you were really the godfather when it comes to Google Hangouts. So you taught me everything I know, Tim. So I'm into it.
Well, it has been fascinating to see how you did that first Google Hangout with me for Talent Culture, and now you're
hmm
doing all these Google Hangouts on your own for your own blog and everything. So it's just been great to see you kind of pick up and
hmm
go with that. But enough about me and the Google Hangouts and all that. Let's talk about what we're going to be talking about, which is so timely with the 4th of July holiday just passed, and we're looking at so many more summer vacations coming up. Is how we actually take digital vacations, and that will be our
How do we
topic.
do that? I write a lot about this at my blog at worklifenation.com and then at HuffPo and at Forbes, but I think more than anything, we're talking about an individual's digital life. I mean, for lack of a better phrase, and what's your digital fit? And technology has really gotten away with us. So for me personally, I think it's up to the individual to really take a look at this. But this is a much bigger issue right now. If you look, and this is, I have to have a moment of silence here for Google Reader as of July 1st. I think we're all upset about that. Google Reader is going away, all those RSS feeds, right? One less piece of information that we have to read. But the fact of the matter is that we have to start choosing and parsing, choosing, and aggregating the information we want to look at, and also deciding and managing the best way to interact not only with our buddies but with our family and our workspace. Right now, there are some really pressing issues, and one of the biggest issues for companies is how do we allow our employees to expand their digital online presence while keeping security issues separate from that and loyalty issues separate from that. I mean, it's definitely an issue. As far as the digital vacation, you and I have talked about this before. I think now is the time to plan your digital fit. You've got July and August to look at your work schedule, your work-life fit, so to speak, as our friend Calios would say, and determine what's the best way for me to interact with family, with friends, and also what kind of info intake am I going to take on a regular basis. And we can experiment during the summer. I think we can.
Well, and this is such a great topic, I think, for this time of year because we think vacations and we think piling in the car with with the family or taking those trips to the
hmm
to the vineyard or something else. But there's really so much more to it, and I love how you're framing this conversation. It's really kind of prep time for us digitally to really mold ourselves into a healthy way to kind of approach the when summer ends and we get back into the workplace. So I know there's going to be so much for us to talk about, Judy, on July. What I can't even remember the date.
10th.
The 10th.
July
Thank you.
10th.
I was like, I knew that. I'm like, what day is that going to be again? I'm like, so you can tell I needed a vacation here. On July 10th, Wednesday,
Yeah.
and it's going to be both the radio show at 6:30
Yeah.
p.m. Eastern time, and then we go right into the T-Chat, Twitter chat at 7 p.m.
hmm
Eastern time. And you are not only going to be the guest on the radio show, but you will also be moderating the Twitter chat as well. So is there any, just tell us, Judy, like one parting takeaway until we get to hear you on the radio show and Twitter chat that we can kind of leave with here today?
There are 144 billion email exchanges every year. We're all part of this game. We have to decide how we want to be, and as I said this to you before, armed and dangerous as we head into September. We have to start planning our management skills and technology interfaces now over the summer. Now's the time to test these things out and decide what am I going to take in, what am I going to leave to go, and maybe some of that social media goes away. But more than anything, we've got to get those skills armed and dangerous heading into September with the fall and the kids going back to school and us going back to the cubicle more so.
I love it. So, Judy, how can people get in touch with you if they want to contact you?
Head to worklifenation.com or you can email me at info@judymartinspeaks.com. And I am all over the web, as you and I both know. We are both all over the web, but we've got to start taking a look at the way we interact a little bit more and more. Final note for you, the Party Warehouse company, Chinet, just came out with this study, and it said 62% of the respondents in their study said they want more one-on-one and more face time with with family, with employees, as they continue their career. There's a couple of things we have to look at, and the first one is how is it going to improve our quality of life, and how does it impact our career? As you know, the Third Metric Conference, which Ariana put on a couple of weeks ago, and I was there at that. How do you define success? And as we move into September and into the colder months, let's take a look and reflect and contemplate now how we're going to manage our digital life before things really get hairy in September.
Judy, I am so looking forward to this conversation on July 10th. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us today, and I hope that all of us are enjoying a nice digital vacation and preparing ourselves up until July 10th, and I'll see you on TChat.
Okay, great. Thanks, Tim.